everyone. Welcome back to the Christian channel. My name is Clare McCallan, and our guest today, you're all going to recognize him. You know him, you love him, David Henrie. David, thanks so much for being here. I'm so excited to talk to you all about Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to see you again. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So I was really lucky, and I got a sneak peek at the first episode. A lot's happening for the Russo family. Everybody's kind of up to their usual tricks, but there's like even a new level of tricks and giggles. What can you tell us a little bit about this first episode and what fans can expect to see in this second season?
Absolutely. So the first season to me was the prequel because it was about people finding their places and learning how to be a family. And at the end of the first season, my kids found out that they have powers. And so now the show really begins because there's this competition that kicks in with the kids for who's going to be the family wizards. So that creates a fun, chaotic environment. But to me, the things we do or the plots that we have, if they're not vivified by great story, by great character arcs, then it's all for naught. And to me, what I love about this show is just that timeless set of values that family has your back, that it is this institution, this foundation that as long as it's solid, you can do anything. And this show really brings that to life. I'm really proud to be a part of it because we have me and my wife who love each other. It was like the from day one, what was important to me was that like we would have a healthy marriage and we'd have a happy marriage. And I feel like we haven't seen a ton of that on TV recently. So I love that we get to do that. And the dad's not a, you know, bump on a log. He's a dad that cares. He's active in his kids' lives. He's responsible. So yeah, I'm excited to do this show for many reasons. I think people want just a show that they can consume, that they feel like is safe, and has a good set of values and unitive themes. So I'm really excited about that and happy to see the first season was received so well.
I was gonna say, I mean, people definitely do want this because look at how huge and positive the response has been. Speaking of it being a family show, how does it feel to go from when you were a teenager on the show, being the one in the hijinks, and now you are the dad in the show, right at the same time that you're a dad in real life? Like, how are the parallels between being a dad in real life? And I know your kids are younger, but they're probably getting to hijinks age, right? How does it feel to play that out on screen too?
100%. Being a dad means everything to me when it comes to acting because I just have this look or this feeling that I'm able to translate on camera that I couldn't do before. You know, it's just different. Like looking at one of my kids on the show and having a parental moment with them is so much easier for me now, and I don't feel like I'm faking it because I know how it feels to do that with my own kids and I know how it feels to connect with one of my own kids. So we have a lot of those moments in this show where there's real connection, and there's moments where I'm correcting the kids too and I can use my dad voice. And any parent knows they got a gear that they kick in when it's time to correct the kids and it's time to get their attention. You activate that register in your vocal cords that you don't have if you're not a parent. So I bring all that to the table.
Yeah, I love that. I want to talk a little bit more about like your larger filmography. You've got a ton of projects, your own company, and something sort of a through line with all of your work ends up being magic, right? Because you have Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, there was Monster Summer, and I know you've been very outspoken about your Christian faith. We are here on the Christian channel. It kind of calls back to C.S. Lewis or G.K. Chesterton, who believed in communicating capital T truths through fairy tales. Why do you think you keep getting attracted to these stories of magic, but communicating absolute truths through magic?
Yeah, I think it points to the heart of like storytelling, right? I think you tell stories that aren't real to try to convey some themes and values that are good for human flourishing, right? I mean, at the core of what fairy tales are, especially if you look back to the Grimm brothers, and they told these stories because they're trying to one, entertain, but two, help you have a good moral lesson. I did this show for Netflix called A Tale Dark and Grim. We got nominated for the Emmy for that show. And it's about Hansel and Gretel. And the Hansel and Gretel story is like incredibly symbolic of children not overindulging, because if you overindulge, you lose your reason and then you can be preyed upon.
Mhm.
And The witch is a lesson for parents, the devouring mother who takes away their kids' agencies and just stuffs them full of food to the point where they have lost their agency altogether. These are incredibly psychologically rich stories that do so much good for mankind. And that's what I love in storytelling too. Like I love getting behind a message that I feel like is good for human flourishing, like Wizards family, right? Like having each other's backs, being there for one another. And in this show in particular, found family, like we take in a child that does not trust family and our love overwhelms her. And we show her that there is such thing as a solid foundation, right? So, those are the things I get excited about. That's what motivates me and that's what excites me to work hard because these shows can make a difference. I remember the original Wizards, I would meet fans all over the world. Some fans were like going through really dark times and the show was on for them at a good moment where they needed a laugh. They needed to be taken away from reality for a moment. This is what storytelling can do. And you might just, oh, it's a, family show and you laugh, but like those are the best ways to convey beautiful stories. So I take my job very seriously. I'm very grateful to do it and work hard to try to make the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, to that point, something I was just thinking while you were speaking, you take your work very seriously. You take your role as a husband and father very seriously. Um, and I have to
Well, more
imagine
important, way more important role.
way
Yeah,
more important role, but I mean,
husband,
what I'm
father. Yeah.
thinking is that like when you're producing primarily children and young adult media, there's a level of responsibility there that you must feel towards like you're being entrusted with other people's children because if they turn on an episode of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place while they go make dinner, you're entrusted with their children. I mean, that's a huge responsibility. Do you feel that as you create media for really young people?
Oh, completely. Yeah. And I think everyone in kids content should feel that because a parent's ultimate trust is letting anyone be alone with their kids. Like, if you think about it, that is like the ultimate compliment. I have a friend of mine who owns a very large fast food chain, and he says the ultimate compliment I could ever receive, and they have many locations. He's like, the ultimate compliment we could ever receive as a brand is for a mother to take her food from the drive-through window and hand it back to her kids without looking. Because what
Yeah.
that says is she trusts that it's cooked exactly how it's supposed to be cooked, it's prepared to their liking, and it's safe for their children to take. That's the ultimate compliment. So yeah, for us, I take that very seriously. Like if someone's putting their kid in front of anything that I make, I hope that I am worthy of that parent's trust. And I have my own kids now. So like, yeah, when I put my kids in front of something and I walk away, I'm really putting my child's life in that person's hands because they're going to learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I love about the media that you make, whether it's this or it's Monster Summer. Um, it's work that lives within childhood and allows childhood to be preserved. I think that is part of that responsibility that you carry so well is preserving innocence and keeping children in that season of childhood. It's that's why I asked you about it. It's a very paternal role. It's a very protective role that you've been entrusted with. Uh,
Yeah.
Speaking of Monster Summer, Novo Media, what else can we expect from David Henrie coming up? What can we look out for?
Yeah, we have some really exciting projects. So at our company, our goal is to entertain and elevate. So we try to make content that has truth, beauty, and goodness. We're making some big movies and shows that I'm going to be announcing very soon. We're working with folks like Angel Studios and others out there. Disney, many different Paramount Plus, many different platforms you're already familiar with. And some you may not be as familiar with, but we're really excited to be making some good content for adults and for kids that has best in class performances in front and behind the camera. Would love for if anyone wants to check out our stuff or follow us, you can go to our website. It's novoinspirestudios.com. So N is in Nancy, O, V is in Victor, O, inspirestudios.com. And get on our email list because we're going to keep everyone updated with stuff as it comes out. We have like 3 announcements we're making next month on big movies with big actors that you'll be excited to check out and shows as well. So we have like 4 things going into production in November, and I'm really excited about that.
Busy guy, you probably need some real magic to make all of this balance and I'll stay in the
Yes,
air.
I have a great wife and children that help
That
keep
is
me my train
awesome.
on the tracks.
For families that want to get their family watching Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, first of all, who should be watching it and how can they watch it?
It comes out October 8th on Disney Plus, so please check it out when it comes out. I believe it's like appropriate for 6 and up. I'm not sure what the official rating is, but like 6 and up, you can check that out. You should watch it with your kids. There's some really nice messages for parents and children. And it's fun. Have fun, and you'll get some nice messages. And there's some really we go there towards the end. It's a power emotional ending. Like it's serialized in a way that a lot of sitcoms aren't. And we get to this big two-part season finale where Selena Gomez and then Janice Leanne Brown, the daughter on the show, she's my pseudo daughter, Janice Leanne Brown, and Alex is my sister from the original show, Selena Gomez. There's this wonderful ending where the two of them just bring these incredible acting abilities, like tear-jerking, emotional stuff. I remember when we read the script with the cast and the crew for the first time, half the crew was crying at the end. It was
Mm,
just a meaningful, heartfelt ending that I can't wait for everyone to check out.
that's awesome. Well, Christian Channel viewers, David, we've always got your back. We're all huge fans. So now we have our assignment. Great way to spend these first couple weeks of fall. Go catch up on the first season of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place on Disney Plus, and the second season is going to be out October 8th. Watch it with the whole family. David, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. God bless you guys. Thank you very much.